Welcome to Tiny Texas Living. Who says you can't live big while living tiny? So in today's project, we're gonna start on the bathroom because it's non-functional and, well, it has some things that still need to be done. This is gonna be quite the project. I travel for a living, so things like this have just kind of been an afterthought whenever I come back to base camp, and my tiny home has never been a place where I've had a lot of time at whenever I am here, so I've just not really addressed this, and it's finally time to address it. It's kind of a construction zone in here still, realistically, and I've been okay with that because I'm really low maintenance when it comes to what I need, and because I do have the ability to like bring a toilet in the house from my van, it's been fine. But it's finally time to make this place zhuzhed up and make it my own. So let's talk about all the projects, I guess. There's a lot. Starting off at the sink, the backsplash would need to be installed. There's no current running water. The plumbing is run, but not inside yet. So that's gonna have to be connected. This is a really nice little vanity though. I really like this one. And it has this cute little door that slides over. I did go ahead and put a basket in here with some of my like toiletry stuff. And this has been a good place to put that. But over here, 3 drawers. Again, I filled them up with like skincare. And then down here, I have this, which needs some things. So I'm gonna get some organizers. And then down here, I need some organizers also, so I can like put things in order. The only thing I've really done with this, other than putting things in it, is put this like cheap dollar shelf paper. And I have a little bit more of it here. This is like $1.07 at Walmart. This thing needs to be cut to go up there. It's just a little long, so it has to be trimmed. This speaks for itself. There's currently no shower head, no handle, but guess what? There is body scrub, so, you know, I'm fine. Also, because tiny homes need a shower, this one has doors that actually close together, and I think we may have to kind of level it a bit more because, well, the house settled while I've been away. Realistically though, this is a nice space, so plenty of room in here for me to shower, you know, just the right size. Nice corner unit. I'm happy with this. Still need to put trim up around some of these areas. That's not the biggest priority to me right now. Some of the top trim is already up, but like in the corners and then like around the shower itself, and around the door, which I need to get a door because this is a pocket door that has no door. And then there's this area. This is the toilet area, and there was a decision made here. It's kind of an interesting decision. You'll notice that there's a plug there. This was actually going to be an incinerating toilet. Really cool, but at the same time, if you don't have power, you can't flush your toilet, which led me to a different thought process. Maybe, I'm still not sure absolutely, but I brought my little camping toilet in here for the time being, but toilet is going to be a question mark, and it may stay a question mark for just a little bit. Yeah. Composting toilets are very expensive, and that's kind of where I'm going with this, but at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, what if I design my own composting toilet for the time being, like a temporary composting toilet, using some of the things I've learned with van life. And so I've been watching videos, and we'll see what ends up happening, but kind of thinking composting. I don't want to spend $1,000 on a toilet, and definitely not doing like a water toilet. So yeah, otherwise, incinerating toilet, already ready for it. It's already on the breaker box and everything, just in case, but again, this is just going to be thoughts that I go through as I actually use it to see if I think the composting toilet is realistically something that I want to stick with. And I think the harder part of a composting toilet isn't so much like me wrapping my mind around it because, again, I'm perfectly fine with like this guy, but other people explaining a composting toilet, but I feel like explaining a toilet in general to someone, if it's not like it just whoop, is gonna be interesting. So those are my thoughts. I'm gonna keep thinking. So one of the things I want to do for the bathroom is put together this piece of art. The ceilings in there are pretty high, so I wanted to put something up so it visually brings you upward. And I thought this is a great way for me to integrate travel into, you know, my bathroom space. So a few years back, I was gifted this. It is just like a vinyl map. It's super cute. I really liked these colors, and so I thought this was a good way to bring a color palette into the bathroom that has like some good pops that I could work with. But I needed to mount it, and it wouldn't just mount on the wall because first and foremost, vinyl on this stuff, it would just slide off. But also I needed to give it some kind of backing, because once I peel it off of here, I needed it to have something that would hold up to the potential of, you know, all sorts of kinds of heat, and then also the moisture and stuff like that. So I found this canvas that I had that I was planning on doing a pour painting on like a few years back. It's a pretty big canvas, and I decided I was going to use it. Originally it had a different color, but I painted it. I just used some of this apple barrel paint in the color khaki, and it took about a bottle and a half of this to go over the canvas twice and make it a good foundation for the art itself. So now I have to figure out how to adhere this, and it has a backing which I could technically cut closer in and use the backing, and that's like a paper, so I might be able to do that. Or if I peel it off, it's just vinyl. So I have to figure out something that I can put on this to make it adhere, and then I'm going to clear coat it. And the clear coat I'm going to use is supposed to be resilient for all of the craziness. So that's one project that I can do, and I think it's gonna work out pretty well. I think that's definitely gonna take up some wall space, which will be nice, but also like bring your attention up. And I love the colors that are in this. So maybe whenever I go in to the accessories, I'll be able to use like some browns, because those are gonna match the cabinet. Maybe some like polished like stainless steel, because I have something that I kind of want to work with that'll like echo the shower that's already in there. But then this color palette will give me some ideas as to what I could use for like my floor mats. So I think that's going to be a good starting point. These I actually had in a previous apartment, and I want to reuse these. These are just like little hooks. I got them, I think, at Hobby Lobby. Yep, Hobby Lobby. I think they were like $8. And they just individually hang, so I'm going to be hanging those. Again, they kind of go with that color palette. The brown matches the cabinet. That red goes with the inspo piece that we're doing for the wall. And yeah, so all in all, I think this is going to work out really well. And then this color kind of matches the background color of the inspo piece. So this is probably going to be like a robe hook, and then also a towel hook, so I can hang a towel instead of hanging like a bar. Now I'm kind of thinking this section over here somewhere will be where I hang that art. It'll be in like the toilet region area somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly yet, but that's kind of what that is looking like. And when I was out shopping the other day, I found this Explore More. It was actually on sale for $4.99, believe it or not. This was at Hobby Lobby also. The silver is going to go well with like the silver of the shower. The tan is going to be very similar to the tan of my inspo piece. The brown, of course, goes with the cabinets. And this one, I think I'm going to put above this window. I think that's a good place for it. So yeah, something like that. Probably not sitting on the windowsill, but I think that's going to be a good place for it. It kind of works with the ceiling with the silver. And I think it'll look really cute. Speaking of up high, I have a ceiling fan that will go in here, and that'll just help move the air a little bit. And then the vent is already installed and the 2 lights. So those are all good to go. This is actually the ceiling fan. It's the same one that I have in my room. It's just one that will fit in here. So yeah, that's just gonna help stir the air. And in a tiny space, moving your air is the most important thing, especially whenever it's like kind of muggy feeling. Now here is where it gets interesting. I had this mirror before and I kind of wanted to use it in here, but when I put it up over the cabinet, it just looked a little bit big, and I was gonna repaint it because I really hate the gold. I kind of wanted to repaint this to a brushed, coppery tone, kind of like this. I really wanted to get something that was kind of this tone. So I found some paint at Walmart and I purchased it because I was going to spray this mirror. And then whenever I looked, I was like, I don't love that as much. I really like the idea of a big mirror because then whenever you're getting dressed and you can put on your makeup in front of it and stuff like that, it's really cool. However, I think I debunked that being the solution. So I also had this one in storage from a previous apartment. This used to be in my entry, and it's actually the right color. So I might just use this one instead. I put it over the same sink and it looks much more proportionate. I wouldn't have to alter this one at all. So this is perfect. Just gonna wait until the sink is fully installed before I hang it. That way we're not moving stuff around a whole lot. Now that brings me to this thing right here. This is an old wine rack that I had, and I had this in, I want to say, my second apartment. It might have been in my first one too, I'm not sure. After moving to Dallas, and it's black. It's kind of harder to see in here, but it's black. And I really like it. Now there are two things I could do with this. I could, one, leave it black because it kind of matches the hinges, or I could paint it with that paint that I picked up for the mirror, and it would be like this textured, brushed color, which is kind of cool. But I want to use this as a towel holder. Repurposing items is really important to me, and so finding things that I already have that I can use is something that's super, super handy. And so what I'm thinking is, if I take this and I mount it here, or maybe even up just a little bit, I could then take my towels and put them in here, or I could even loop them through. And I think that would be a good solution. It doesn't hang out any further than a towel bar does. And so I guess depending on what I decide to do with the toilet, that will impact where I put this. But realistically, I only have this wall or that one to work with, and I don't think I want it over the toilet. So here would be best. So yeah, I think I am gonna spray this though. I think it'll just look a little bit better if it's not black. It doesn't look bad black, but I think it'll look better if it's not black. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll look better with this brownish tone that matches all the other brown tones. But before we do, this is the floor space. I'm thinking I need a mat in front of the shower. And because these are all pretty close together, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't plan on having a circular toilet if I do a composting toilet. If I build one out, it'll probably be more of a boxy toilet. So maybe a couple of square mats or rectangular mats. I don't know. I'm gonna see what they have at my local stores to see if they have anything in my color palette now that I have a color palette. And then from there, I guess we'll move forward. Before today, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. Yeah, that seems like a logical place to start since I don't have adhesive for the other project and I don't have any of this. I'm making a list though. I need organizers, I need mats, I need a toilet, and I need adhesive. So at least those three things. This is the Rust-Oleum hammered, and I don't know that it has a color on it, but it's basically like this tone. It's a brownish color. Yeah, just going to spray this with a nice even coat and then check it out and see if I need to do a second coat. I've used this before and it usually only takes one coat, but with it being such a thin surface, I'm kind of afraid it might need a couple because, you know, you never know what's gonna happen when you're spraying. So hopefully I can be consistent. Okay, this coat looks good, but I'm gonna let it dry and see if any of it has exposed any of the black. So far so good. Okay, inside it is now, and I think I'm gonna like this. It looks really nice with the brown flooring. It is just light enough where it's not quite as dark as this. So now I just have to let it sit for about 24 hours because it has to fully cure, but it's amazing what a can of spray paint can do. Okay, this thing should be ready to go up now, and I went ahead and ordered these. As weird as that sounds, I wanted something that didn't just stick out like a sore thumb. So I found these. Of course, I still have to get a toothbrush holder. I want to keep my toothbrush out because it's easier to access, but also I don't like packing away a wet toothbrush into like a drawer. So I wanted to cover it from being exposed to all the air still. So I got this. Also did the window yesterday. Got this cut to fit, so now the top of the window is covered. So yeah, that's one piece of trim down. Several pieces to go. I don't see this piece going super quickly with the trim. Also the door. I looked into door options, and I either need to get a pocket door or do something like as a temporary door, like a beaded curtain or a just a regular curtain, a door curtain. So I think I'm gonna go to the store and look for some of these things to see what I can find. Even if I can't do everything right now, realistically, it's okay. Each step is a step closer to the step that gets me to where I need to be. So even if I didn't get to do like my trim right now, because that's just too much, if I could just get like the accessories, that would make me happy. That's closer to where I need to be. If I could get closer to plumbing in the actual bathroom, that would be really nice. So I think I'm just gonna divide and conquer the easiest tasks and then maybe keep working. It becomes really overwhelming whenever you're working on things like this. Oh, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a whole lot of moving parts. Okay, looking for the right colors and not finding what I want at all. Okay, I just got a package for my bathroom, and I'm really excited because after I painted the shelf, I gave it a rest for a couple days, and then I went and did an ordering spree. So today should be the jackpot day. I love days that are jackpot days, when everything just starts to roll in and then everything starts to come together. Box 1 is officially here. This is something that I think will solve one of my problems in the bathroom, and then I think the other package will be in a little bit later to solve the bigger issue. Oh, this is proving harder than I thought it would. I hurt my thumb somehow, and I really need thumbs right now. This is weird box. Ah, there we go. Yes. And another box within the box. Okay. Gonna have to find some scissors. Fortunately, here they are. Okay. And now we cut. Again, my thumb is pounding right now. Ooh. The other day I was working on removing my mattress and having to help tear it down and cut it. And I don't know if that's when this happened, but I think it is. I ended up hurting my thumb, and I have like a scratch on it right at the knuckle, but I also think I got an ant bite, and I'm like really allergic to these tiny little ants. And so there was one whole day that I could not move my thumb like at all. And then there was another day where I could barely bend my thumb, so I've been on a regiment of Tylenol arthritis, CBD, lidocaine, and then Epsom salt soaks. So we're finally back to moving, but it really hurts. Today is a good day because my bathroom stuff arrived. Okay, I have tags, toothbrush holder, soap dispenser. Okay, I don't know that I'll use those because if they get wet, they'll be ruined. There's stickers. Those are cute. I was not expecting any of this. I was just expecting like the jars. Huh, okay, cool. Let's see what else we have here. Soap tray. And then, oh yes, I love packages. They make me happy. Okay. Mason jar number 1. They just say home on them, it looks like. Okay, cool. And then soap dispenser mason jar. This is gonna be perfect. Let me go put it next to that though, because I think, let me do a color check. Yeah, I think this will match up really well. It kind of is that brownie color that I was using as kind of like my base color. So that's cool. Also, while I'm standing here, this is what this is looking like. The glue that I used came through just a little bit though, so I'm gonna see if I can correct some of this, or I can still use it because I really like the map. I also decided to go ahead and put my shampoo and my soap in here. I'm going with like a little green theme because, well, I have the green sugar scrub that started me off there. Still no plumbing, but you know, it makes me feel better to come in here and see this at least. A lot of projects to go still, obviously. Still no toilet, but wait, is there a toilet? I ordered a toilet and I don't know how it's gonna work. So we'll see. We will see. And when I say we, I mean, everyone in my family is very interested to see how this option works. I wanted to do something that was not going to require either water or electrical, and so I decided to go with a composting toilet of sorts, but instead of building one, I decided I would try one out to see if I like it before I go through the effort of building. That way, there's not a whole bunch of extra supplies because wood is expensive. So, I'm hoping it came. I'm hoping it came or will come today. I have a notification saying it's out for delivery, so crossing my fingers. But until then, back to this. Okay, I have a small, what appears to be jar also. This is a small mason jar. I'm not gonna pull it all the way out. They have lids, so these are going to be like for Q-tips, cotton rounds, things like that. Okay. Oh no, I'm developing the hiccups as we're working. I don't understand. Why is this my life? I just want to be able to accomplish things, and now I have a disabled thumb and apparently hiccups. Oh, that hurt. Okay, fun times. Oh, not fun times. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull all this stuff out, I think, and then start to figuring it out. Oh, yes, that's what I was expecting to see. I thought all of them had this little tie on it, which I don't necessarily love, but I thought all of them had it. Apparently only the small ones have it. 2 lids that'll go on. Ooh, these aren't twist lids. These are just like sit down lids. Okay, interesting. I found all this on Amazon. It was like $23, I think. And it's a whole set. And then it also comes with this basket. And it comes with this lid for my toothbrush holder. So this is a lid that allows you to put your toothbrush and then also your toothpaste. Now this is a screw on. Interesting. They also sell just the lids for these things so that you can get these on Amazon if you have mason jars already. So that's kind of cool. Now, according to this, these should, at least 3 of them, fit in here, which they do. Then this guy is like just out here in the world. And then here is the soap thing. I liked this because I could use this on the counter or maybe in my shower, even though I think I'm going to use my other soap dispenser in the shower. It has a little tray that comes out so you can keep everything nice and clean. So there's that. So it's a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces altogether. This is the set as a whole. I don't think I need labels. I think that these will be fine. Now the super fun part where I put all of this actually into the dispensers. So here we go. Using some ingenuity. Propped it up next to the toaster. Now it can keep draining while I do other things. I didn't know how big these were gonna be, so I just had the small like soap already. It's 5.5 ounces. Clearly these were more like 12, maybe even bigger mason jars. So lesson learned. Next time I'll buy a bigger thing. Yeah, but this will work for now. And using the stuff that I have is big to me because I feel like it's important for us to use the things that we have in our spaces. And so this was soap that was already hanging out here. So yay. And while I'm doing that, there's a couple other things that I think I'm gonna need to get that now in retrospect I'm thinking about. Composting toilet is going to use coco coir. And so I need to get a container for the coco coir. And then I also need to get a small trash can for the bathroom. Okay, it's all finished. So now time to put this on, and this does thread. Okay, wait. There we go. Let's see where it threads best from. Okay, there, and then I can turn this. Okay, mind you, it's not going to look right because, again, this piece still has to be installed, but trying to get the pieces so I can visualize the space. So whenever everything is together, I can figure out where I want it. So as of right now, I think this is gonna work best because this is a little wide to fit right here. So I think the soap is gonna go on this side, which may change. I know, normally you get everything finished, then you get the accessories. That's not how my brain works. Because there are so many things that I cannot control when it comes to like the water and stuff like that yet, I thought visualizing the space is the best way for me to go ahead and get it kind of finished so that whenever I do have water, it'll already be ready for me just to move in and use, and then I won't have to worry about a lot of extra stuff. So next up is the toilet, the towels, apparently the trash cans, and seems like there's something else I'm missing. I'm not sure. Oh no. Oh, the rugs. I want to make sure that the rugs and the towels like look good together, and that has been quite a task. I was online because I couldn't find anything in the store that I liked the other day, and so I was like, okay, let me just go to Amazon. And so I looked up different things. This is going to be a travel themed room, so I was looking for like travel or rustic travel or things like that. And wow, Amazon had a sense of humor with me, and instead of showing me travel, it showed me this. I mean, I get it. I sing Jurassic Park all the time. I get it. It knows me. But what? That has nothing to do with anything. And on top of that, it's like a set. So like every piece of it is that. And that is a lot of kitties on dinosaurs. So I'm still in search. And I'm kind of wanting to go with my color palette. So either like a rust, a navy, or a tan. I'd like to get something that breaks up kind of the darkness. So I don't really want to do dark brown. But if it comes down to it, I can mix in dark brown towels maybe. So my goal is to potentially get my towel thing hung up, but I have to figure out where I want it. I'm still debating between these two areas right here. And then also I have 2 hooks because one is going to be a drying hook for my towel and then the other one will be for my robe. Or if I ever do have a guest, I could use them both as drying hooks and each person has their own drying hook. I don't know. We're not to that stage where guests is even an option at this point because, you know, it's kind of hard to justify coming to a person's house that doesn't have a bathroom. I think my van friends would be okay with it because they're used to kind of roughing it, but My normal friends would look at me like, what do you expect me to do? So, I gotta get this finished. Again, I have all this stuff right here. I could go ahead, I guess, and start hanging some things up. So maybe I'll do that this afternoon. But I need to go get the trash can. I can't even start to test the toilet unless I get the Coco Core can, because you have to wet it and then let it sit, and then it has to like absorb the water. And I'm probably gonna just address that in a whole other video, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It is here. This is my toilet. I am really excited about turning this into a little composting toilet. Just a little simple, tiny thing, but it has a chamber pot that comes in and out. It has a little lid on it. And so I also got some Coco Core. I think this is what's going to be my first introduction to composting. We'll see how it works out. But now that that's here, it's time to start putting in some of the pieces of the bathroom. I think I need to find some mats for sure now. And I also need to get some little trash bags to go in here. I need to get a small, like, trash can to go with it so I can make the compost. All those things are going to have to be done at the store. So while I'm at it, I'm just going to pick up some other things for the tiny house. And then whenever I come back, yay, it's finally here. I have a functional bathroom space, kind of. Still no water, and still no water, but a functional toilet. Yes. By no means is this what everyone on earth is going to say, oh my gosh, yes. But I'm happy with it. So that's all that matters, because it's my tiny space. And so I have something that doesn't require water, that doesn't require electricity. I have something that I can easily take care of, and that if I really ever need to, I can also take it on the road with me, which is something you can't do with a normal toilet. So I consider this a win on every front. And if this works out with the Coco Core, oh, yes. I'm so excited right now. I'm probably going to do some follow-ups, though, because, yeah, I need some follow-ups following using it, but there's a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. So now I'm going to go into my storage. I'm going to look for a few things for other projects in the other part of the house. And then I guess I'm going to go to the store after I make a list. The bathroom's coming together. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. Well, I guess that's where I'm going to leave this. So, ... to be continued.